When learning how to tattoo, there's a certain process that you've got to go through. Listen, I never did any of that. I did my first tattoo whilst I was in military. I did everything wrong. And if I could go back, I'd do things completely different. I've been a tattoo artist now for over 16 years. I've been lucky enough to grow my business and tattoo people from all around the world. But that very first tattoo that I did whilst I was in military, listen, I made every mistake. I did the complete opposite to what I advise everybody that follows my course, listens to me on YouTube. I couldn't have done it more wrong than what I did. So I didn't have no form of training. I'd not been into a shop learning. Somebody else was tattooing on camp just from the room and doing a shocking job. I knew that I could draw. I'd always been into art from being a young kid. So I thought, hold on, I could actually do a better job here myself. So I just literally ordered a cheap as chips tattoo kit from online. I can't remember exact price, but it were around 30, 40 quid. It were peanuts. I then just got one of my military mates who were, Ben, yep, I'll be a guinea pig, and he just let me tattoo him. Now, I had been researching on YouTube the health and safety, how to set everything up, so I didn't just completely guess, but I'd not done the research properly. It were in a bedroom, there were a carpet on floor, we were sat on a bed, the bed wasn't covered over, it were on his arm, so he wasn't laid down, his arm wasn't touching anything, but there were so many things that I should have done that I didn't. Luckily, I used and applied what I like to call common sense. So this person didn't go out and get an infection or anything like that. But looking back, there wasn't a great deal that I actually did right. And I like to touch wood, so to speak, that it didn't actually get an infection and nothing went drastically wrong. But there's so many people out there just taking that risk, doing things with no knowledge, and it's doing this that can cause infections, it can cause bad repercussions. And I'll be honest, if it does for you, it is destroying your career before you've even got your foot into the door. It is something that you drastically need to avoid. The best way to avoid any of these problems or repercussions or doing things wrong or causing an infection, being known as a scratcher, ruining your career before it even begins is really, really easy. Just tattoo and learn on fake skin. It solves every single problem. Now, when you think about it, and I'm sure you guys, if you're familiar with channel or you're familiar with my Facebook or my socials in general, you will have seen the countless adverts that we've got running worldwide. It's hard not to. People are sick to death of seeing them, in all honesty. But the amount of artists, they're jumping in before actually understanding. You're causing scratches, you're doing this, right? You're flooding the industry, you're doing this. They've never actually sat and watched the course, because at no point do I say tattoo yourself or tattoo people while learning. I actually advise the complete opposite. I don't say do it to yourself. I don't say tattoo others. I even advise, look, don't even be wasting your time tattooing all these fruit and veg. I don't know if you've seen that video. If you haven't, go check it out. It's on my channel. But there's one thing, and it's purposely built to learn how to tattoo, and that's fake skin. Again, I've got certain products and brands that I recommend using, which is Skins. I'll leave links in description so you can go check them out. But it avoids any single issue. You cannot do it wrong. However, there is a few things that you've got to do whilst you are practicing on these fake mats. And that's basically, in a nutshell, treat it as if you were learning on a human being. All right, so we still take the same safety precautions. If you're not familiar with any of them, don't worry. I've got all that covered in my courses as well. How to wrap your machine, how to set everything up, how to create the perfect environment for a home tattoo practice station, and how to make it as realistic as possible. But that is what these mats are purposely designed to do. They're as realistic as you're gonna get without tattooing a person. They're great for applying stencils if you're not using the cheap ones off Amazon. And there's just a list of benefits of using these things. I do understand, listen, I've been in your shoes, that excitement. I get the reasons why people either tattoo themselves or getting people in, friends and family. It's exciting, isn't it? You're wanting to do a new thing, you might be really good at art. You get your new kit, you're like, right, I've got it. And one thing happens, and it certainly happened to me. All of my thousands, and I mean thousands of students online, they all message saying the same. I've had countless people get in touch with me as soon as they know that you've even got a kit, a machine, inks, fucking hell, even if you've got a stick and poke and a bit of an Indian ink, as soon as people hear about it, they start getting in touch with you, don't they? I've got this design that I want. Oh, can you do this? Or can you do that? And it's so tempting to just, yeah, I will. Alright. But I can't stress to you enough how important it is. If you're wanting to just be a scratcher, do odd person, family and friends, do shit tattoos, possibly give people infections, and you're not bothered, then you're not my target audience. You're not the person that these videos are actually for. But if you're serious, if you love the tattoo industry, you're wanting to do this as a career, you're actually positive and serious about learning, then please just listen to this bit of advice. When people are asking, just say, no, I'm not doing it, but give them a reason and a bit of an explanation to why. Just say, look, I'm currently learning, I've just got my kit, I want to start my reputation in the best way possible, so I'm gonna learn how to do things properly. Once I am ready to start tattooing people, then I'll be in touch. It's as simple as that. You've got to think about longevity. It doesn't take long from you getting a machine, following a step-by-step curriculum, before you're in a position that you can actually start tattooing people. Now, I've had people that have never held a machine. They've started my course on day one. 6 months later, they're doing portraits. They know exactly how to set everything up. They know how to make the environment safe. They've had and I mean hours and hours of practice with the machine in the hand. They are more than ready to start tattooing people. They've then got a blueprint of, right now, I need to transition onto skin. That is not a long time. Think about it. 6 months. On average, it takes people a year, but I've had people do it in as little as 6 months that are truly committed and dedicated, and they've got the time to just put every day, all day into it. So it is doable if you're one of those people, I want to do things in a rush. 6 months is not a lot to ask for, to wait, if you're serious about this as a career. Think about a traditional apprenticeship, they're usually around 2 years plus. Think about any other skill that you're learning, whether it be carpentry, you're looking at years in an apprenticeship, schooling, college, university, doesn't matter what it is, 6 months is nothing. So if you do want to learn and you're serious about it and you want to learn in the correct order, then get all your stuff set up, get your machines out, go follow along to my course. It literally teaches you from day one, holding the machine, let's do a straight line together, right through to doing portraits at the end if you're on the full course, within 6 months if you've got every day. If you're just wanting to dip your toe in and think, Ben, I ain't got that sort of money, it's $27 to do the first 30 days. That's gonna teach you all the basics, how to line, how to do dot work, how to shade with round shaders, and then it touches on mags as well. Plus, within that 30 days, you're doing a load of designs to put everything into practice. So it works out less than $1 per lesson. There's zero excuse. And on that note, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.